There is a woman who hired someone to kill the person she loved most. The killer delivered a blue key. The key was supposed to confirm the job was done. So why, in every dream that follows, is she smiling? There is a city built on a hill that does not exist. The hill is called Mulholland, and the road that winds along it is not a road. It is a vein pumping dreamers into a heart that has forgotten it is eating them. She rides in a limousine along the curve of the hill. Her hair is dark, her memory is dark. Her name is not yet Rita, because names are rewards the dream gives later, after it has tested your capacity to forget. The car stops, the driver points a gun. But the accident comes first, before the bullet. Another car, headlights like the eyes of something that does not blink, strikes them from behind. The metal screams, the night screams, the woman does not scream. She walks out of the wreck and down into the bushes, and the city below does not notice because the city is always dreaming of its own accidents. She finds an apartment. Empty, the furniture is arranged like the set of a life no one has lived yet. Then the door opens and Betty arrives. Betty is sunlight in a blue dress. Betty is ambition so pure it is indistinguishable from innocence. She has come to Hollywood to be an actress, which is another way of saying she has come to be consumed. She finds the woman in her shower. The woman does not know who she is. Betty gives her a name from a poster on the wall. Rita Hayworth. The name is a mask borrowed from a dead star, and the dead star does not mind, because in Hollywood all masks are communal property. Watch the audition scene carefully. The one where Betty performs a scene written for a predatory older man and a frightened young woman. Watch her eyes. Betty does not blink once during that entire performance. Not once. Now go back and count how many times Diane blinks in the waking sequences. She blinks constantly. She cannot stop blinking. The dream is more awake than the woman living it. Lynch never confirmed this. He never denied it. I have watched this film 14 times, and I still do not know whether that is intentional or whether I have simply stared at it long enough to find shapes in static. Both possibilities disturb me equally. They try to solve the mystery. They go to a nightclub called Club Silencio. This is not a club, this is the confession booth at the center of the dream. The MC takes the stage, thin, grinning, speaking a language that sounds like Spanish but is actually the grammar of revelation. No hey banda.
No hay banda.
There is no band. There never was. The music is all tape. The trumpet is a recording. The singer is a recording. The tears on your face are the only real thing in the room. And even they are borrowed from a feeling you rehearsed before you knew why. The singer collapses. The song continues. This is not a trick. This is the nature of the place. Everything you feel has been pre-recorded. Everything you love is a playback. Betty shakes. Rita weeps. They open a blue box. The box is the color of a vein seen through skin. The color of the moment before anesthesia takes you. The key turns, the box opens, and the dream exhales them both. Not swallows, exhales. Because this is not the end of the dream. It is the dream catching its breath before it starts again. I have watched this film 14 times. I still cannot tell you the exact moment Betty becomes Diane. I have paused it, frame by frame, at every cut Lynch makes in that transition sequence. There is no clean line. I think that is intentional. I also think Lynch does not know where the line is either. And that he made peace with that. And that making peace with not knowing is the bravest thing a director can do. Because Betty is not Betty. Betty is Diane. And Diane is awake. And waking is the punishment for dreaming too beautifully. Diane lives in a room that looks like the first apartment after the dream has vomited it back up. The colors are wrong, the light is brown and exhausted. She is not an ingenue, she is a failure. Not the Hollywood kind, but the private kind. The kind that happens in kitchens at 3 a.m. when there is no audience to perform suffering for. She is not in love with Rita, she's in love with Camilla. And Camilla has been taken from her by a director with a chin like a promise, and a producer with a face like a closed door. Diane hired a killer. The killer gave her a blue key. And the key does not open a box. It opens the certainty that she has done something that cannot be staged, edited, or rewritten. The dream was not an escape, it was a rehearsal. She was practicing a version of her life where she was innocent, where Camilla loved her and the city had not yet finished eating her. The dream was her last audition, and she did not get the part. She finds the gun, she finds the bed, she puts the gun to her head, and the sound is muffled. Because even suicide is polite in Hollywood. It does not want to wake the neighbors, the body falls. The dream does not end, the dream never ends. It simply changes cast. Somewhere, right now, a plane is descending into Hollywood. There is a young woman in seat 24C. She is from a small city, the kind of city that names itself after a river nobody famous has ever crossed. She has a headshot in her bag. She has been told she has something. She does not know yet that something is the precise quality the city requires to make the consumption feel voluntary. She is looking out the window. She is smiling. The city is smiling back. She does not know about Diane. She was not warned. Nobody is warned. The bum behind Winkies holds the box. He is not dirty. He is not poor. He is the mechanism, the stagehand, the reel changer, the one who threads the next film while you're still watching the credits of the last one. The cowboys appear. The dwarf speaks. The woman with blue hair whispers a single word into a room full of people who have already forgotten their names. And when Diane is dead and Betty is gone and Rita is a name on a poster again, the limousine begins its climb back up Mulholland Drive. The car stops. The gun is ready. The accident is waiting. The dream is hungry, and it has learned nothing from the last time because dreams do not learn. They repeat. Hollywood is not a place. It is a loop. It is the blue box in the hands of the man who does not sleep. It is the song that keeps playing after the singer has died. It is the city that gives you a new name and a new face and asks you to pay for the surgery with your original soul. And when you have nothing left, when you are a body in a bed with a key on a table, it starts again. The lights come up, the camera rolls, the girl gets off the plane from Deep River, Ontario, and she is so beautiful, and she is so ready, and the city is so glad to see her. Because the city was built to eat exactly this, and it is always hungry, and it has never once had to ask twice. I do not make videos, I run projectors. The distinction matters. A video is content you consume. A projector is a machine that has been running in a dark room since before you arrived, and will keep running after you leave. And the question is only whether you were present for the part that had your name in it. The next reel is already loaded. The gate is already warm. You have already pressed play. The only question is whether you were awake when you did it. The blue key is already in your hand.